everybody, Canadian Moto Gal here, and welcome to Tidbit Tuesdays, where I discuss riding tidbits from the ICBC riding guides, Learn to Ride Smart, and also tuning up for riders. Today we're going to be looking at choosing the correct lane position on curves. So when I'm talking about choosing the correct lane position for curves, I'm not talking about, this is not track days, it's not racing, it's picking the correct lane position for safety purposes when you are doing everyday riding. Now, ICBC Riding Guide does have a good section on choosing the correct lane position when you're in a curve. So if you need to review that before you go do your knowledge test or before you do your road test, that would definitely be a really good thing to do. Keeping in mind, again, choosing that lane position is all about safety. A lot of the time you need to make a decision as to which lane position is safest for you. And that's not always so straight cut and so straightforward as what is presented in black and white. But common sense does dictate. But when you're a newer rider, it's often difficult to make those kind of judgment calls. Therefore, it's always a good idea to get lots of riding time in with a riding supervisor who's knowledgeable and has a good safety track record as well. So here we've got lots of nice little curves down this road, so it's a fun road to travel just for a ride, but it's also a really good road for the discussion that I was going to have today. That was a big freaking patch of gravel. Definitely felt that. You might even be able to see how I kind of did a woohoo. Yeah, nice and thick. Slow down and watch that gravel. So what you're going to see is pretty much that they advocate that you choose a position that increases your line of sight on the end or the other side of the corner, which completely makes sense because you want to see if there's vehicles or traffic approaching as much as possible. Do consider though that it's also contingent on what your road conditions are like and what the ditch is like. You can see where I'm riding right now, this is considered a secondary highway. The ditch is gravel and it's actually really super soft. So if you're going to be picking a traveling lane that's closer to that side where the ditch is a little bit softer, then do be aware that you definitely don't want to get too close to that ditch. So coming up here, I have a corner. It's a sharp corner, so I'm going to gear down. I'm going to slow down, roll off the throttle. I'm picking a lane position that is, it's a blind hill, so I'm kind of going to stick to P2 for that one. Simply because it is a blind hill, and if somebody's coming around, traveling in my lane of traffic from the opposite direction, obviously that would be super dangerous. And here too, I'm sticking to kind of like P2 right here. The other thing is I want to be able to try to see on the other side of that corner as much as possible. Coming up here, I'm actually going to pick closer to P3 because it's going to give me a wider field of view in the corner on the side here coming up for traffic approaching. So that's my choice, and it's what ICBC does recommend. So now I'm actually going to turn around and we're going to go find some more corners to do that kind of practicing on. Here I'm going to go over closer to P3, but the ditch, like I said, it's really soft along the side there. I know that from experience, not from anything bad, just because I lived out here for so many years. So in P3 right there, I could see around the corner the best. Same here, this is a sharp corner, so same thing, gear down, I'm going to roll off the throttle, slow down a little bit. I'm picking like a P3 because then that just opens up my field of view a little bit around that corner. And then now I'm going to move right back into my dominant lane position, P1. Alright, so here you can see I'm going to actually choose P3 because I can see on the outside. Now I can start to cut that in a little bit again. I'm going to choose P1 here. And really, I mean, I can see not too badly, but P3, P1. Okay, here's kind of blind, so I move into P2 and P3. and back into dominant lane position. And pretty much here's my turnaround point. There's a beautiful lake. And now you can just enjoy the rest of the ride if you want to. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, sharing never hurts either. And definitely follow me on social media. Click like on Facebook. And I am also on Twitter and Instagram. Hook up with me. I'll hook back up with you. And have a great week and hope to see you next week.